Alright, so yes, I will acknowledge a lot of the things said in this video are a little bit far-fetched, but I'm going to be going over why I think that there is a slight possibility that the Cancer Crew, that is, Joji, Ian, Max, and Anything for Views, are coming back. Now, in no scenario do I really envision something long-term, as Joji is very happy with his music, and Idubbbz has turned to very, different content very recently, and Max and Chad are happy with their podcast. If anything, we might see an episode of the Cold Ones podcast that has both Idubbbz and Joji as guests, or 2 different episodes with each of them as guests. But, like I said, this is all speculation. I'm going to get into why I think this now.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Alright, so I had the original idea for this video when I saw Idubbbz's new video where he takes apart the fact that people attempt to make children sell things in exchange for 4 rubber balls and a slinky, essentially. And I want to go over some of the things that I saw that made me think that there might be a little bit of a reunion upcoming. As you can see in this screenshot, we have probably the first reference to the Cancer Crew on the Idubbbz channel since it was last seen. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily a super conscious choice, but it could be an Easter egg. It could be a conscious choice. They could be thinking of that, or they could also just have it on their minds, those people at the Idubbbz channel. If Idubbbz edits his own videos, I'm not really sure, or if he told the editor about the fact that they're going to have a reunion. This group is probably on their minds, and so they kind of just selected that image, because they're not really specifically talking about the Cancer Crew. They just say, with your friends, and that is the image that is chosen. So it definitely seems like something that probably wouldn't have been mentioned in other times when they weren't really that close anymore, obviously. And it could mean that it's going to be filmed soon and they're thinking about it, or even that it's already been filmed and that's why they chose to do it. So who really knows, right? Plus, Idubbbz just finished recording a documentary, and then when he went on the H3H3 podcast, he said that he had some sort of idea for a content cop. And as we know, he does have quite a few clips in his content cops featuring other creators, including H3H3, for example. And I don't think that we should completely discount the idea of a short, for example, Maxmoefoe or joji apparition in an upcoming content cop sort of type video. That is a possibility we should consider. When it comes to Joji Miller, as we all know, he's now become an incredibly successful artist, and he has completely dropped the character of Filthy Frank. And despite this, there are a few cues that have made him look more, if not like Filthy Frank, more Frank-ish in recent times, and a few kind of timing coincidences that really make it look like he could be approaching an episode of the Cold Ones podcast. First of all, as you may know, he just had a album released, and as well as this, had a concert. So clearly he has done this really big project, 2 really big projects, and now has probably some spare time to do something else. So what better to do than reunite with some old friends, right? Also, he seems to be, we'll say memeing a lot more recently, in between his Gimme Love remix that only stayed up for 1 hour, aptly entitled Gimme Come, or even his extravaganza show, which seemed quite Frankish. Now, of course, I'm not really saying that he's going to come back as the character Filthy Frank. If anything, I think we'll have something very similar to the way that we had him on the H3H3 podcast right when he quit YouTube, as himself, and just kind of chilling there with his friends. It might be more reminiscent of the chef video, more than anything else. That would be more of a skit kind of situation.
Alright guys.
As for both Max and Chad, the role here seems obvious. They would be the hosts. They would be hosting both Ian and Joji on their own podcast, probably. That is the expected thing, at least, and they've hinted at this multiple times, quite vaguely. They've said things such as that they'll get them on when the time is right, but what time really is right more than 2020? We need anything we can to get it better. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Tell me in the comments whether you think I'm delusional and stupid, or whether you agree with me. I cried like 17 times during the making of this video because I had to go back and watch the old Cancer Crew videos. Anyway, yeah, bye.